Hello guys, I am doing a part 2 for Libra per request of one of my listeners. I told you guys to drop in the comments if you wanted a part 2 on my last Libra reading, and we got response, right? So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I've got the Skyrim Tarot deck today. Take a deep breath for me, and we're gonna continue on with the previous story. If you have not heard that version yet, I would go ahead and check out the description box. I will put a link there for you to listen to the part 1 of this reading. But the part 2 here, I'm going to kind of go off of part 1 a little bit, but I'm, going to kind of make it somewhat of an independent reading in a sense to kind of expand upon a certain idea that I had kind of channeled through today. So first I felt called to ask about the material wealth that was coming through in the previous reading. If the connection were to be continued to be pursued, tell me more about the material wealth or the pentacle energy, the earth energy from which abundance will come if this path is continued on. Okay, we got a lot of cards here. Let's just see. Strength in reverse, temperance upright. Right away, so these are two major arcana cards. One's representing Leo energy, the other's representing Sagittarius energy. Both fire signs here, so a lot of passion, about whatever this topic is, whatever this potentially financial situation, since that's what we asked about clarity for, a work situation. But strength in reverse, I'm not going to take that as like a bad thing. I'm going to take that as a very good thing because of the fact that we have temperance upright with it, which is balance. And being able to kind of execute on this goal. So it's almost like it's coming easily to you is kind of what I'm getting with it. It's not going to be something that you're having to do crazy maneuvers over. We do have the 5 of lockpicks though, which is the 5 of pentacles. So what I'm kind of getting with that is that an aspect of this makes you feel like you're doing it alone. Death in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, 6 of Wands upright. Yeah, with the King of Voice in reverse and the 6 of Wands upright, that does feel very independent. That seems like you're going to be independently victorious, which, again, is a little confusing because I'm asking about, if you stay in this partnership, how is it going to be for you financially? And so this could kind of allude to the fact that I said this is kind of going to be a little bit separate from the first reading that I'm getting. Or, like this could kind of be a new message with it, that maybe you are kind of taking a more independent route. But this also could just be that maybe you of the two is the one who's becoming the most financially abundant from this scenario, is one interpretation. We have death in reverse, and we had death come out upright in the previous reading. This is Scorpio energy. So, if this King of Voice, if this King of Cups is more in like an emotional space with things, he might be feeling a little blocked. Because we did that 5 of lockpicks, the 5 of Pentacles kind of come out too. So there could be a little bit of like a blockage or an inability to do things a different way. Like maybe he's kind of getting rooted and stuck in how he likes to do things, and it's preventing him from doing things the way he should do things if he finds that they're not financially working out for him. The message that I got earlier today that came through very strongly, that was just kind of a channeled message from me personally in my life that I thought would be very relevant to this situation, is that we had a little bit of indecision in the previous reading coming through, or like having to make a choice or get very clear on like what path someone's taking. And that's kind of been coming through honestly for a while in a lot of the readings. And what I really got through is that you have survived through 100% of the choices you've made. You make hundreds of choices every day, hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands if we get down to the really tiny details. But you have made, you're a million for a million, you, no matter what, cannot make the wrong choice, because no matter what choice you make, you will get through it. You will learn a lesson. At the very minimum, you're going to be supported by the divine. If you approach life with love and openness and a willingness to learn and to collaborate. And if you're doing it with the right intentions, you cannot make the wrong choice, and the divine will support you and you will learn a lesson. That is worst case scenario, right? It could, best case scenario, be the best decision you ever made, right? So this is the very strong message I got today, was like, do not be afraid of change. Do not be afraid of making a choice. Just make a choice. Make a choice. If you're stuck, you're stagnant, make a choice. Just do it. Just decide. And it's going to be okay no matter what. Just make a choice and execute on it. Quit waiting around for some sign or symbol, or, you're going to be waiting forever. You're going to be putting your life off. Don't do that. 8 of voice, 8 of cups. Yeah, move towards what is going to be fulfilling for you. Just move towards it. Take the step. 6 of wands again, and be proud of yourself for this. Acknowledge that when you have made this decision, that there is a pride, there is success, there is independence and feeling proud. We got okay, so it's funny that we got the 6 of spells again, that 6 of wands, and we got the strength in reverse again. It just feels like this is going to take a burden off of you. By just getting clear about your decision, this takes a huge stressor off of you, as far as like, oh, but what if this happens? And that's another thing too, is that you could plan as much as you want to. You could plan yourself silly and think of every outcome that could possibly happen. And at the end of the day, you're still not going to be able to anticipate the universe. You're still not going to be able to see every perspective. There's no way you can 100% know. So why go through all of that stress of something that you still can't even predict? I mean, be prepared, do proper planning, try to think of things, right? But if you get to the point where you are stagnating and you're indecisive and you're stuck, just make a choice. Tell me more about the 8 of cups. Give me like an idea of kind of what you're moving towards here. Knight of lockpicks, Knight of pentacles in reverse. I think this is saying you're moving away from stagnation, because this can be a kind of a movement card. The Knight of Pentacles moves very slow. The horse isn't actually even moving at all. So yeah, this is saying go towards it. And then we have the 6 of arms. This would be 6 of swords. Again, it's another movement card. It's in a boat, sailing away, sailing towards something, leaving other things behind. So there is movement here. There is a call to step towards whatever this is that you need to step towards. And again, you may not be really clear on what it is, but just choose one. Choose the one that feels most right to you right now. All right, I'm just seeing, for some reason, this deck feels so small. I'm like, am I missing cards? I'm not missing cards, but like, I'm kind of getting with that sensation of like, am I missing something? It's almost like that's what you're gonna feel by when you actually do get decisive, when you do get very clear with yourself, and you're like, this was so easy when I just make a choice. It's like, am I forgetting something? Like, this was almost too easy. Like, it took no strength, right? The strength in reverse. It's like, am I missing something? This was too simple. I've got to be forgetting something, right? No, you just didn't worry about it, right? Okay, I said, any final messages? Okay, these cards came out again, but just flipped around this time. What the heck? Let me go ahead and just shuffle this deck. It's weird that they all came out again, but just in complete reversal this time. That's just crazy that they came out literally again all together. And I've been shuffling this. So I guess what I kind of get with that is that you can't go wrong, right? It doesn't matter which perspective you look at this at, reversed or upright. It's still the same situation, and it could be approached from either way. You can do it either way. You can do it in the complete opposite way. You can do it in this way, and it really doesn't matter, because life's going to happen and you don't have control over how life happens. Just, again, approach it from an energy that is, oh, beautiful, Ace of Arms, Ace of Swords, exactly, clarity, decisiveness. Approach it from an energy of you've decided. The Hermit, Virgo energy, going within, really looking at the self. So this is very much asking the self, like, what's true to me? What works for me? Justice in reverse is interesting, Libra energy here. We also have the Ace of Voice in reverse, and we also have the uh, Nine of Voice in reverse. I think that no matter what happens, let's just say that you make this choice and you just go for it, and then you have these feelings of maybe I rushed this too much, or maybe I didn't think it through, and dang it, I messed up, and you know, maybe I chose the wrong thing. At the end of the day, the very worst case scenario is that you learn something, and there's nothing wrong with learning a lesson. That's the whole point of life. That's why we're here. We're here to make choices so that we can learn something about ourselves, about others, about the greater picture. It's learning. It's a schoolhouse here. So just remember that the worst case scenario is that you learn and you grow as a soul, which is a really beautiful opportunity. You really can't go wrong here. So just trust yourself and make a choice. Step towards it. You know, you don't need to stagnate any longer if that's what's resonating for you, is that you've been stuck. So I hope you enjoyed that part 2. I think I'm going to do a Gemini reading next, so stay tuned for that if you're a Gemini, and hit like and subscribe if you have not already. Drop in the comments if there was something that really stood out and resonated for you, and as always, we will see you next time.